6.1, public input. Public input is an opportunity for the public to come up and give input on something that's not on the posted agenda. Just know that the Board of Supervisors cannot address you at this time or have a back and forth when it comes to what you are bringing forward. We will do our best to ensure that we can connect you with whoever or whatever department is addressing your issue. I have a couple here already up, but I see someone standing up, so you will have 3 minutes, and just know at the 3-minute level, I have to stop you. You have to stop. There's no, hey, I need more time, or hey, I'm going to keep you. It's going to stop. If we have to, I don't want to do this, we'll have to take a break. If you need more time, I will give you more time after everyone's finished if you need to finish what you're saying, but we really need to keep it together and stay at that time limit. All right, come on up.
I'll be quick. Good morning, board. Thank you for having me today. My name is Angela DePalma Dow. I am the Lake County Land Trust Executive Director, and I just wanted to let the board and the public know that on Friday at 7 p.m., there'll be a showing of the Clear Lake full-length science documentary called Hobbiton, Big Lake, Big Science, and that'll be starting at 7 p.m. It is free to attend with an optional donation that goes towards Soper Reese renovations. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is one of the first science documentaries about Clear Lake. And we had a first release of this last year after the Clear Lake Integrated Science Symposium. Since then, we've had a lot more time. We've included a lot more tribal voices, tribal projects. The most recent Blue Ribbon Committee for the Rehabilitation of Clear Lake projects are outlined in this film, as well as a lot of the current science, research, and management going on in Clear Lake. And some of this has been updated as recently as like 2-3 weeks ago. So it is hot off the presses. I saw there was 2 items on the consent agenda regarding Clear Lake Hitch. There's a whole fishery and hitch segment in this film, as well as the current data of Clear Lake hitch in Clear Lake from USGS and Fish and Wildlife. So I just wanted to bring that attention. I have some posters here for anybody that is interested. And then I did want to acknowledge Supervisors Rasmussen and Crandall. You guys are in the film, so your 15 minutes of fame. Thank you so much. And so I have some movie posters for you here to acknowledge your participation.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thanks to Sam. He did all the filming and editing. Sam Houston is amazing, and just everybody participated in the film. There's a lot of misinformation about Clear Lake, and this is something positive that's factual, based in science, that we can bring forward and share forever. So thank you.
Sign it and auction it off at RCRC. Sign it and auction it off at RCRC.
Good morning, Supervisors. Gail Delane, Lake Village Estates Senior Mobile Home Park in Clear Lake Oaks. In support of the ad hoc committee to discuss the mobile home rent stabilization ordinance. At the August 19th Board of Supervisors meeting, a draft mobile home park rent stabilization ordinance was brought forth for discussion. The result was the formation of an ad hoc committee to discuss issues unique to mobile home parks. We are grateful and encouraged by the outcome. During public comments, our corporate investment park owners were quite successful in moving the conversation away from the salient points of the ordinance. So I've come back this morning to highlight a couple of important issues that were swept aside and that the draft ordinance addresses. First, our park was purchased less than 2 years ago, and space rent for our park has gone from $420 to $700 per month, which does not include taxes, water, sewer, trash, gas, or electric. We pay that. Second, pass-through charges go uncapped and unchecked. Pass-through charges are charges park owners can pass through to homeowners at will for any work they do to increase the value of their park. This can include large infrastructure projects. The price of the work and the quality goes unchecked, yet a portion of the total cost of the job passes through to us, homeowners. Third, intimidation. We were given a 45-page lease agreement. No meetings to discuss the contents. Many were afraid to sign. And what position does that put us in? We are homeowners on rented land with an inability to easily move our homes when threatened with eviction. As a park, we didn't know where to turn for help, so we went to our Earth meeting, where we found encouragement and assistance. I spoke up at that meeting, and a reporter quoted me in an article. I received an intimidating call from Boa Vida. As it turns out, they have a service that lets them know anytime their name is mentioned in a newspaper article or any article. So this is why more people don't come out and speak publicly. It's not that there isn't a problem, it's the intimidation of owning a home on rented land. When read in its entirety and studied, the ordinance draft suggests points of discussion for boundaries and limits so park owners can make a fair profit without homeowners feeling taken advantage of or threatened. If these type of ordinances were not needed, there wouldn't be so many counties across America enacting them. Thank you to Supervisor Crandall for the draft, and thanks to both Supervisors Crandall and Sabatier for the ad hoc committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. And thank you for being right on time.
Hello, board members. My name is Jim Beal. I'm from Clear Lake Oaks. I live in the same development that Gail does. And I also wanted to make some comments in favor and support of the ad hoc committee to explore rent stabilization. At the meeting that Gail alluded to, several local residents spoke in support of rent stabilization, but they were followed by call-ins from corporate interests. Their recurrent theme was to fact-check claims of local citizens. I agree wholeheartedly with their concern for truth, but fact-checking should apply to all interested parties. For example, they made claims that they only raise rents $25. Fact check. One of their strategies is to have tenants make investments for them. Example is the pass-through charges that Gail mentioned. They charged us in the first year that they took over $120,000 for cosmetic repairs to streets and to remodel their clubhouse to accommodate their office. They're currently doing perimeter fence repair estimated at $90,000. We haven't gotten the bill for that yet. New lots are being rented 50% over the current price. By the way, a 10% rent increase per year doubles our rent every 7.5 years. That contributes to less affordable rent in the future. Another statement, the corporate interests claim rent stabilization will bankrupt them. There are rent stabilization ordinances throughout the United States, and these firms are still posting significant profit. Washington recently enacted a statewide cap on mobile home park rent increases at 5%. It has provisions for rights and responsibilities for both landlords and tenants, and provision for justifiable increases over 5% for special circumstances. I've not heard of any bankruptcies. I'm more fearful about financial security of vulnerable residents on fixed incomes. My guess is that more homeless folks are the victim of unaffordable housing than from having a bad year in the stock market. My final point is, my wife and I co-own 4 successful businesses. We're proud supporters of free enterprise, including making money with money. But without some regulation, inequities can occur in the areas of health, safety, environment, and economic balance. It is my sincere hope that the committee avoid ideological debate on the role of government and help us move away from bickering between the parties and to find a practical solution that's fair to all concerned. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, come on up.
Good morning, Board. My name is Nicole Sullivan, and I am an IHSS worker here in Lake County and a proud member of SEIU 2015. I want to join others here in saying how important it is for caregivers to receive higher wages in our new contract. Our union recently did a poll and it found that 86% of Lake County providers work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. That means taking care of vulnerable and disabled people in the county doesn't pay a livable wage. We've got a lot of dedicated caregivers working hard to provide good service who could use some stability. I have 2 clients that I serve, and I work long hours. I am at work early in the morning until late at night. And my 8-year-old daughter tells me every day how she wishes I didn't have to work so much because she misses me. I'm asking that you please give us livable wages so that good caregivers in Lake County can have some security in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Licia Turner, and I am an IHSS care provider. I've been a care provider for 15 years now, 8 years in Contra Costa County and 7 years here in Lake County. The care providers that gave exceptional care to and for my mother prior to her transition made such an impact on me that I knew I had to pay it forward. I became a provider. I currently reside here with my husband, who is a disabled veteran, and my stepdaughter, who is also disabled. I feel satisfaction at the end of my day knowing that I have helped another person live comfortably in their own homes. The supplemental income from my work assists my family in paying for some of our day-to-day needs. Staying up to date and or current with those payments has been an ongoing challenge. As prices of everything continue to increase, we find it harder to keep our heads above water. Do we make a partial payment to PG&E or a partial payment to water? Who's screaming the loudest? Robbing from Peter to pay Paul is not a Bible scripture, but it is a fact of life for me and most providers here in Lake County. Even with me taking on extra clients, it doesn't stop the sting. As I'm sure you all know, we do not choose this job to become financially wealthy. However, a reasonable wage is warranted. For that reason, I implore you to honestly give our request for an increase in our hourly wage serious consideration when reviewing your budgets. We want to make sure you all have the correct information you need to work with us to address Lake County's long-term care crisis. The document we've passed out to the clerk explains how you all can use state funding to raise wages in IHSS workers. We will share the same document with our negotiator during our next bargaining session. This is money our county wouldn't otherwise receive, and we need it to make sure Lake County's in-home service support workers can cover our expenses while continuing to provide care for our community's elderly and people with disabilities. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Frances Ford. I'm a caregiver also at this point in my time, in my life. I provide for an elder in the community. I have been here in the Lake County. I started in Lake County in 1987, and I started as an IHS worker. And it didn't pay for what I needed, so I went on to school. But I've returned into being an IHS as I've retired. It is not enough of an income to make a living, but I am grateful for what I do get. Thank you. I'd like you to make a good effort to think about how caregivers spend their money and where we spend our money. We spend it in places that actually the money doesn't even stay in the county. We don't get to go to the farmers markets a lot of times. We don't get to go to certain places that are making money here in the county and keeping it in the county. We go out to areas that take our money away from us for our county. I don't have a lot to say, but I'd like to see that the power of our leadership here would consider how you would make a decision, as you did for the courthouse that's being put up, to put money into the IHSS for the people who need it. And that's all I have to say, is I hope that you will meet some of our needs here in the county. Thank you for IHSS. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis. And I know we have Frank Costner as well, but I see someone else coming up before you.
Hi, my name's Lisa P. And I've been working for the elders for, I don't know, a long time. And then, so I just want to know, like, I had a bunch of questions and they told me to come to the meeting. So my question is, like, the wages for the workers. Like, there's a lot of workers that got 2, 3 jobs trying to make ends meet, and it's hard. But I've been doing it for a while where I wasn't getting paid. Then when I started getting paid, I'm like, people are getting paid to help the elders, and it's like, holy, it's a lot, you guys. I don't know why they haven't got a raise, but that's why I'm here, is to ask, like, the wages that they're getting. I don't know a worker that's not just working one job. They're working 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? It's hard. So I just want you, whatever's stopping you guys from giving these guys wages, raising it. The living expenses, if you compare the living expenses to what they have to go to, and they're taking care of the elders around the lake, and there's elders all over the lake that haven't even connected to getting help. Like, I know elders on the res that need help, but there's nobody there. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, I'm here to help them and speak about getting, a raise for, I don't know how long this has been going on, but I know I help where I can, and it's really emotional. It's emotional. If you go in them homes and all these workers here, it's hard. I mean, just follow one of these workers around one day and you'll see, the people need help. They need a lot of help. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Vicki Osborne, and I have the recent polling reveals for long-term care in Lake County that the union has taken. Recently, polls revealed the low wages prevented Lake home caregivers, workers from paying for housing, feeding their families, and accessing medical care. 86% of IHSS work multiple jobs, at least sometimes just to make ends meet. 65% of Lake County IHS workers have difficulty paying their rent, their mortgage each month, reporting that they are sometimes always late with their payments. Additional 52% of respondents spend at least 50% of their income on just housing. I know I do. 53% of Lake County's IHSS workers experience consistent food insecurity, relying on CalFresh and/or the food banks to get food. 51% of Lake County IHSS workers are sometimes often unable to access medications due to concerns about the cost. 90% sometimes always say miss regular car maintenance because it's too expensive. Do you choose car maintenance where you get to a job, or do you choose food for your children to eat at the table? I choose feed my kids. Many Lake County IHS workers struggles to make ends meet due to low wages and inadequate benefits. They are paid $17.15 per hour, while estimated in the living area is $22.83. That's for one person with no children. So I have the page here for you guys all to look at. If you guys would like this, I can leave this with your. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, dear board. My name is Luisa Costa, and I'm going to be presenting you critical information that is very short and simple for you to review. So according to the state, under the wage supplement, the counties are able to offer up to $2.21 without getting into any financial issues. This document that I'm going to present to you will explain the 10% option and how it works. We know for a fact that this information has not been presented to you by your negotiator. We are willing to set up a meeting with the state to explain the formula of how it works and how you are able to afford to give all of your constituents livable wages in Lake County. So I'm going to pass this information out, and please review it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Frank.
Hello, my name is Frank Costner, and I'm here speaking on behalf of myself, not my agency, but I do work for a public utility in Lake County on the South Shore, and I'm here to talk about utility coordination and my experiences working on projects with Robin Bore. In the South County, we've been conducting utility coordination meetings with all the utility districts to address different issues that we have, projects that are coming up, and just general coordination so that we can all work well together. And that's where I met Robin, and I have worked on several projects with Robin. And it's my experience is that she is very strongly supports Lake County special districts, and that she likes to follow the rules and really to try to protect all the infrastructure of the water and the wastewater facilities that she runs. And so, like I said, all the utilities, we meet monthly, and all the utilities, experience some of the same issues as the county does. And so this interaction has been very positive for all the utilities. Sometimes outside agencies and developers, they don't want to pay the full way to for their infrastructure and whatnot, and there's a lot of pushback against the utilities. My utility serves a severely disadvantaged community, and so it's very important for the developers to pay their own way. And so also, as a utility administrator, we have to follow the policies that supervisors and the boards make. We're not policymakers. We have to follow the policy. And my experience working with Robin is that she really wants to enforce the policies that the county supervisors have set. And so, my suggestion to developers and outside agencies that are unhappy with the policies that we have to follow is that they should petition the boards and the councils and whatnot to see if they can get those policies changed. It's really important for us to support the people in our community, because ultimately, if we give breaks to developers, that those people will pay, not the developers. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on up.
Good morning, board. My name is Lori Baca, and I've had the privilege of working for special districts for nearly 9 years now, during which I have served under 3 different administrators. I regularly watch the board meetings, and I seldom miss one. I've also followed the recent meetings where a lot of the public have voiced concerns about our department and our current administrator, Robin Bore. I felt it was important to offer a perspective from within the department. Robin has been with us for just over a year, and although she did not come from our department previously, she dove in head first. She has read every ordinance, every rule, every MOU, and she has worked tirelessly to understand both the technical and operational aspects of our work. She didn't just stop at learning, she immediately began improving. Robin has physically organized our office, streamlined our operations, and most importantly, united us as a team. When we lost our last administrator to retirement, boo, our department was left feeling stagnant and uncertain, and Robin arrived like a beacon of light, giving us direction and leadership that we needed. Her efforts were not only strengthening our department and our staff, but they are ultimately improving services for the most important group of all, which is our customers and our community. Of course, change is never easy. For years, our department operated steadily and sometimes stagnantly out of desire not to rock the boat. And as most of you know, most of the time when a new leader has come and they have new ideas, some feathers will definitely be ruffled. I hear it daily from both satisfied and dissatisfied customers, and I understand both sides because I too am a customer and also work as customer service. But from the inside, I can see the purpose and the necessity behind these changes. They're not personal choices, they're rooted in ordinances, and they're aimed at securing the long-term health of our districts and communities that we serve. In just a short time, Robin Bore has brought energy, organization, and vision to our department. She's given us what we so badly needed, which was a leadership that was both thoughtful and forward-moving. I truly believe her work will leave lasting benefits for our staff and our customers, and most importantly, the community. As board members, I know that you guys deal with a lot of the community frustrations. I hear it all the time too, so I can imagine what you guys have to deal with. But I hope that you will also consider the progress, the organization, and the sense of purpose that she's brought to her staff, who are dedicated to serving the county. Thanks.
Thank you. Come on up.
Good morning. My name is Joyce. I work with special districts. I'm not nearly as organized as Lori and have something, planned out. So this is on the fly. When Robin first came to our department, I was nervous. I was very nervous. I didn't know if I was going to like working for a lack of a better term, a strong woman. However, she has won me over like you wouldn't believe. I'm very hard to please in that area. So I'm just really here to say that she is amazing. She really, really is. She came in and she kicked butt. She cleaned up a bunch of stuff and, like she said, organized our whole office. And we're still in the process of that. And she is very, very much behind that. She's very much behind her employees, all of us. She came in and created an office and a department that follows the rules that were set before she came in. So I just want to say she's awesome. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment on Zoom, maybe? Oh, in the chambers, come on up.
Hello, my name is Skyla Lewa, and I'm going to be reading a letter that was sent to the Board of Supervisors on August 29th of 2025 in reference to failure to show the face and the torso of public speakers is an abridgment of nonverbal speech and violates the First Amendment right to free speech. My name is Skyla Lewa, and I'm speaking in regard to the Board of Supervisors meeting that was held on May 6th of 2025, and I am strongly requesting that the Board of Supervisors acknowledge publicly their failure to provide a public forum for my protected speech, since the Board of Supervisors live stream did not show my face or my t-shirt, but instead only showed a fraction of my back left arm. On May 6th, I had prepared written marks and had a ran handprint covering my mouth in honor of murdered and missing Indigenous people, and was wearing a printed t-shirt that read "Director Permanent because questioning authority is now in violation." And in a word bubble, "Respect my authority," in reference to the Community Development Director, Maria G. Turner's overbearing approach to marijuana growing in Lake County. My public comments were directed toward Turner, and she had purposely worn the t-shirt to highlight a community perspective on Turner because there was a planned employee review in closed session on the agenda that day. After I made my oral comments, I was discovered to find out that my nonverbal communication had not been shown on the live stream YouTube channel. Transparency and accountability in public meetings are critical to maintaining the trust between the government and its constituents, which requires the Board of Supervisors to honor the member of the public's right to free speech and open Board of Supervisors where public comment is taken. The government code requires that the legislative body must provide an opportunity for the public to address the legislative body and offer comment in real time. The Board of Supervisors has, at every live stream feed since January 1st of 2025, has shown the full frontal view of all public speakers except for the day on May 6th of 2025. And on that day is set for the recognition of the proclamation for the murdered and missing Indigenous people. The live stream was only set to show the back sleeve of every public speaker that day. This abridgment of the nonverbal speech of every public speaker on that day, including myself. The Board of Supervisors must do better and make this right, and I hereby request that the Board of Supervisors acknowledge this misstep in posting a live stream feed that did not show the speaker's face and their torso. I request that the Board of Supervisors make a public acknowledgement of this free speech error and acknowledge that this practice must be to show all public speakers' face and torso going forward. And I request this acknowledgement be added to the next Board of Supervisors agenda and that I must receive notice in addition so that I can attend the meeting on that day. Mulayam.
Thank you. Any other public comment on Zoom? All right. Unmute, please, and you have 3 minutes.
Good morning, Board. I am here. My name is Sterling. I am from Spring Valley, and I am here to talk about the water loss and the fire hydrants that are being removed and capped during fire season. I really hope this can try to hit home with Owen and Pyska due to the fact that we're coming up on the Valley Fire reunion. Not only is our water being lost at a significant level of everything that I've sent all the board, if you also go in your emails, you will see the water leaks that were recorded by the residents. One of those leaks that you see was a video. It took 3 days for them to come out and fix. So you got to think about how many thousands of gallons of water was leaked there. I do understand that the office staff enjoys Robin. But also when you guys go into closed session today, I would really hope that you guys take into consideration all of the information I've compiled for you guys. The fact that Spring Valley is now not only the safety of over 1,000 people's lives with taking out fire hydrants and capping them, requesting that fire departments go and look for water elsewhere because they don't know if our water system will be able to have enough pressure. As you can see, those leaks, if there's not pressure, it's due to the leaks. And my concern is with this leadership, she could have came in and seen that this was like a major concern. And instead of trying to charge the customers the money, maybe looked into those grant funding from state and federal grants that actually pay for failing systems that are like ours, to where it's not out of pocket for the consumer and it pays for the safety of our community. Not only are we only one way in and one way out, now the county is jeopardizing the lives of our community, and it's very saddening that people don't see it that way. And I'm not going to give up this fight, and I really hope that you guys do take all the information I gave you and take it into consideration, especially Jessica. I mean, the Valley Fire, you lived through it. Owen, you lived through it. Every supervisor has since 2011 to 2021, 60% of our county has burnt down. So removing fire hydrants during a summer, the height of fire season, just does not seem responsible or great leadership. So really, please take that into consideration, and thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Any other public comment on Zoom?
No more hands in Zoom.
All right, I'll close public input at this time and